Summer can mean a lot of outdoor fun with your pets, but when the temperatures soar, we all need to take some extra precautions. Today, we have Hannah Sopstra from Toronto Humane Society sharing the best tips to help your pets beat the heat. Nice to see you again, Hannah.
Good to see you guys again. I've missed you so much.
We miss you too. Hey, very often we leave our dog. People can leave their dogs in the car while they finish up on their errands. Sometimes they think they're just going to be a couple minutes, but especially with COVID-19, sometimes our time in the store can be longer. Walk us through the concerns for pets when they are left in a vehicle.
Absolutely. So we really want to get the message out there, Anna Maria, that when you are gone, no matter if it's a sky that is sunny or it's a shaded area, no matter how you look at it, if the window's cracked, if you're gone for a few moments, the inside of a car can be a death trap for an animal. Animals don't regulate their heat in their bodies the way humans do. Humans sweat, but dogs don't have as prominent sweat glands, and so they pant to regulate their body temperatures, and they just simply can't cope with the rising temperatures inside of a car. And so every second truly does matter when you're looking at leaving an animal in a car. You never, ever want to leave them unattended in a car. And if you do see an animal in a hot car, contact the authorities right away, because you want to get a response on them as promptly as possible, so that they can seek first aid and immediate medical attention.
Always important information to remind people of. The next tip you have for us is to be mindful of the kind of exercise that we're doing with our pets.
That's right. So there's lots to think about during these midday scorching heats that we've been having these days. So you want to make sure that you're taking your pet out early morning or late in the evening. This will help to avoid that midday high UV rays, low shade, hot surfaces for the puppy paw pads as well, and will be less likely for the animal to pick up on any type of heat stroke. Having plenty of water is also going to be key too, to make sure that the animal is taken care of, because you do want to make sure, especially during these times with COVID and isolation, that their mental stimulation is taken care of through exercise, but you want to be selective with when you choose to go out, when you choose to exercise your pet.
Hannah, you just mentioned paws when we were talking about exercise. How can we protect their paws, especially when the surfaces get really hot?
That's right. So just like how in the winter time we have those considerations around puppy paw pads, all the different types of things that our animals' paws come in contact with, that be salt, ice, or otherwise, in the summertime, there's those considerations too. So in the summertime, you want to avoid surfaces like asphalt, concrete, and even sand. These can pick up heat very, very quickly. And what might feel hot to you is going to be even hotter for your little puppy's paw pads. They're already quite sensitive. And so again, in moments time, they might actually burn.
Hannah, how can we tell if a pet has pads that might have been burned or irritated by heat?
Absolutely. So I was just going to say, you want to be proactive versus reactive. However, if you are out with your pet and they're limping, they're lifting their paws, that could be a sign that they are uncomfortable with the surface that they're standing on. So if you notice that, immediately you want to find a way to remove them from that hot surface, bring them to a shaded area, and provide cool water.
All right, last but most importantly, we need to, just like we do with kids, make sure we have the right equipment on hand to beat the heat. What does that mean when we talk about our pets?
So having lots of water for your pets is going to be pivotal here in keeping them healthy. What's coupled with often heat stroke is dehydration. So having a cool water bottle on hand, not ice cold, but cool, so they can have as much water as possible. And also a towel is going to be key here. If you dampen a towel with cool water and you place it behind the neck, in the armpits and in the groin, it'll really help to regulate their temperature quickly. And again, removing them from the heat, finding a shaded area, an area that has air conditioning, to really get that first aid response as quickly as possible. And with all the first aid that you can do, please don't underestimate contacting a professional. So reaching out to a veterinarian just to make sure that all signs are well and your animal is not suffering from heat stroke, which can have long-term damage and complications.
Hannah, really quickly, are the symptoms the same as with kids, like, vomiting, or how can you tell if your pet has heat sick?
So there's lots of symptoms that sometimes are subtle but they go missed, and that's because they can be subtle. So excessive panting is one you want to keep an eye out for. If the animal has a dazed look, they kind of look out of it, they look a little bit fatigued or lethargic, that can be an indicator they might be suffering from heat stroke. Another indicator would be that they are anxious, they appear agitated, or they have muscle twitches. In extreme cases, loss of consciousness with animals who have heat stroke. Again, it can be fatal for pets in more severe cases. And so you want to look at all of these symptoms in combination. And if you are noticing that, first aid response, remove them from the heat, find a shaded area, and provide lots and lots of water.
Hannah, always great to see you and to learn from you. Thanks so much for joining us today. You're going to be back next week talking about separation.
That's right.
Yes, separation anxiety in pets. This is a real situation. Our pets have had us around for months and months. A lot of people are heading back into the office. It'll be good to talk to you next week.
That's right. We'll talk to you guys then. Take care.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.